Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I wanted to share with you another one of my favorite breakfast recipes. This is actually one of my husband's favorite recipes. It's a potato galette or a hash brown topped with smoked salmon, a poached egg, served with a little bit of avocado on the side and sprinkled with red onions and fresh dill. The flavors in this dish are absolutely amazing. You guys are gonna love it. And it's a perfect dish to make for a breakfast or brunch get together. For this video recipe, I'm going to be using a poached egg. Now I have a separate video where I guide you step by step on how to make the perfect poached egg every time. So you can either use a poached egg for this recipe, or you could top it off with a sunny side up egg, or if you like your egg yolk to be a little bit more solid, you can make an easy over egg. For this recipe, we're going to need 3 large white potatoes, and I've grated them into a small bowl and I soaked them in some cold water for about 15 minutes. Then I'm just going to take some small handfuls of the shredded potato and just squeeze all that excess water out. And soaking them in the water is going to remove some of that starch, and you're going to have a perfect crispy hash brown. Next, we're going to season our grated potatoes. So I have about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and I have about 1.5 teaspoons of some fresh thyme leaves. We're going to sprinkle this on top. We're going to add a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, and we're going to add a little bit of garlic powder. And just take your hands and just toss everything together until all the potatoes are nicely coated with our seasoning. I'm heating a 9-inch frying pan over medium heat, and we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter, and we wanna get that melted first, and then we're gonna add our potatoes. So we're gonna add our potatoes into our hot pan. Next, we're gonna arrange our potatoes in one even layer, and then we're gonna use our hands to kind of really press everything together so we have a nice firm potato pancake. I'm gonna keep cooking my potatoes over medium heat. I'm gonna cover them with a lid, and we're gonna cook it on the first side for about 10 minutes or until the edges start turning a nice golden brown color. After about 10 minutes, you wanna take a spatula and just run it underneath the hash brown just to loosen it from the pan. Next, I'm gonna place a plate over the top, and this is gonna help us flip it over in one piece. So we're gonna come over to the countertop and just flip it over. We're gonna add another tablespoon of butter to our pan. Let that melt as well, and we're gonna transfer our hash brown back into the pan. So now we're gonna fry it on the other side for another 10 to 15 minutes until our potatoes are completely done. While my potatoes are cooking, I'm gonna start working on my poached eggs. Once your potato galette is done, you could section it into 4 pieces like I did here, or however many pieces you want. And take a spatula and just lift it out of the pan onto your plate. And now we're ready to finish off our dish. So first we're gonna add a few slices of smoked salmon to the top. This is gonna add so much great flavor to our dish. Next, I'm gonna top it off with my poached egg. Just place that right on top. We're gonna season the egg with a little bit of salt and pepper. You can also place a little piece of avocado on the side, and this is gonna add a little bit of creaminess to the dish. I'm gonna add a few sprigs of fresh dill. We're gonna season it also with a little bit of chopped red onion. You can just sprinkle that over the top and on the sides. And now it's time to give our dish a try. And I love to cut into the poached egg to release all that runny egg yolk, and it makes for a fantastic finishing sauce for this dish. We're gonna get a little bit of everything, some of the smoked salmon, the creamy avocado, some of the egg. And I absolutely love also the fresh dill on this dish. It adds a little bit of flavor to it. This is so good. Like, I can't find words to describe it. It's one of my favorite breakfast dishes. Just the combination of all the flavors here are so fantastic. The creamy avocado complemented with the smoked salmon. The hash brown potatoes are perfect. They're crispy. They're so flavorful with that thyme seasoning. And of course, the poached egg on top really finishes everything off. That sauce is perfect. I hope you've enjoyed this video recipe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and I love to see your creations. So if you do make it, you can always share with me on Instagram or Facebook, and I hope to see you guys next time.